You're tuning into the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast, the only wrestling podcast covering WWE, AEW, and TNA. Let's get uncooked, uncorked, and uncensored.
What is up, everybody? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, the Hot Commodity and C, and today you're checking out my recap of WWE Friday Night SmackDown from June 27th, 2025, live in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. We have made it to WWE Night of Champions. It's going to be a crazy show, and I'm excited to be covering it right now as we get prepared for it. Night of Champions takes place at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Peacock. You could also check it out later on if you're not available. That's an early showing for me. Usually they play it at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, but it's okay. We're going to get a great night. But before we get to Saudi Arabia Night of Champions, we have to cover SmackDown, which again came from Saudi Arabia. Kicking off the night, the two King of the Ring finalists, Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton, come out to the ring. The two of them will compete in the finals of the King of the Ring tournament tonight at Night of Champions. And for the fans who are watching overseas, I have a VPN, so I used Proton VPN to watch it outside of the States. I had it set to the Netherlands. When I was watching it on Netflix, the feed cut off right as this happened, and it didn't come back until we got the Jimmy Uso versus JC Mateo match. However, I did some scooping online, and I read sort of a recap of what took place, so bear with me as I go over quickly what happens. So Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes face off. Orton says before he talks about what he wants to with Cody, he wants to know who watched Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso take on one another in the semifinals last week. He suggests that match is a contender for Slammy Award of the Match of the Year, but he says that while Cody wants to be King of the Ring, Randy needs to be King of the Ring. Randy says that Backlash and made John Cena embarrass him in front of his hometown, in front of his friends and family. He says there's nothing he won't do to make sure he leaves Night as Champions as King of the Ring. Rose responds saying no one lets him get a word in lately, and Orton is the one who says that Cena embarrassed him. Cody says that Orton and Cena have 30 championships between them, but Cody remembers everything, including his first night in WWE when Randy slapped his father across his face. He says just a few moments ago, and while Randy, RKO will still be the three most dangerous players in sports entertainment, Cody will walk out Night of Champions as King of the Ring. So again, I'm sorry for that. I didn't get to write it out like I normally do, so it's just sort of coverage from WrestlingInc.com. But the promo was okay from what I'm reading. I like that they brought it back to when Randy Orton did slap Dusty Rhodes when Cody Rhodes made his debut. That was really cool how they harkened to the past there. But I didn't really think this promo did anything going towards King of the Ring, and the match at Night of Champions. So, decent opening, I guess, but again, it's hard to really talk about because I didn't get to see it. Let's move on to what we did see. After 30 minutes, the feed comes back. There was a joke saying that a camel had ate the wire cords, cutting off the feed of the show. But we start the night with Jimmy Uso taking on JC Mateo with Solo Sikoa. Jimmy Uso goes to dive onto JC on the floor, but Solo stands in front of JC. Solo grabs Jimmy's leg, allowing JC Mateo to hit the tour of the islands, and JC Mateo gets the win. After Solo Sikoa wants Jimmy Uso to join him, but Jimmy lays out Solo with a super kick. JC attacks, but then WWE United States Champion Jacob Fatu comes out and makes the save. Jimmy then shoves Jacob out of the way to super kick Solo Sikoa, and there's definitely issues with the bloodline, but Jimmy Uso and Jacob Fatu teaming together here to get rid of Solo Sikoa and JC Mateo, and I'm excited to see at Night of Champions, Solo versus Jacob Fatu for the United States Championship. I don't know, I think Solo might win the title here. There might be some sort of outside situation that causes him to win. We'll have to wait and see what happens tonight. Next, we got WWE United States Women's Champion Zelina Vega defending against Julia. Zelina knees Julia off the apron to the floor and dives onto Julia. Zelina lands double knees to Julia into the ring steps. Zelina lands a code red, but Julia gets her foot on the ropes. Julia then hits a Northern Lights bomb, and Julia is the new WWE Women's United States Champion. I thought this was a great match. The crowd in Saudi Arabia kind of sucked. There was no energy. There was like crickets for Zelina Vega when she came out. It was just really, really bad. And I don't care when they go to other places like this, but I am excited that Julia is the new Women's United States Champion. I like Zelina Vega, but Julia definitely deserves it. We then see an interaction backstage between Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. Charlotte tells Bliss she doesn't need friends, but Bliss says that they can just be allies of convenience and to think about it. So we've seen Alexa Bliss getting involved in Charlotte Flair's matches and talking to her backstage. Will Charlotte and Bliss work together? I would love to see that happen, but it's too early to tell. Next up, the two Queen of the Ring finalists, Asuka and Jade Cargill, face off in an interview with Wade Barrett. Jade says, when people see Asuka, they get nervous, not me. I plan on taking the whole throne at Night of Champions. Asuka says, you're strong, but power's not everything. Do you know who I am? I'm Asuka, and no one is ready for Asuka. Jade says, I promise you're gonna regret it. That's when Miss Money in the Bank Naomi comes out. Naomi says, this briefcase means I have all the power. Maybe I'll cash in tonight, or maybe I'll wait. Jade, I can take it all away from you. Jade then pushes down Asuka to get at Naomi. Asuka kicks Jade to the mat and stands strong as she leaves. I don't know who's going to win between Jade and Asuka. I feel like Jade's going to get this, but I'm a much bigger fan of Asuka, and I really hope to see Asuka get the win here, but it's probably going to be Jade Cargill. R-Truth interrupts Aleister Black backstage, and Aleister Black walks off. We get a tag match between DIY and Andrade and Rey Fenix. A good tag match here. Rey Fenix lands a tornado kick and a twisting slam. Andrade hits the message to Ciampa, and Rey Fenix and Andrade get the win here. New surprising tag team, and I'm happy to see them get the victory. Next up, R-Truth comes out. Truth says, Riyadh, what's up? I'm Ron Killings. John Cena, I ain't letting it slide what you did. I want you right now. But Aleister Black shows up and lays out R-Truth with a black mask and says, Ron, I told you not to drink from this cup. I guess we're even now. So R-Truth is definitely going to fight Aleister Black down the line, and I'm excited for this. Something new for R-Truth to sink his teeth into aside from John Cena. We then get WWE Tag Team Champions, the Street Profits, defending against the Wyatt Six. However, Fraxium, Los Garza, DIY, they all get involved. The match is tossed out to a disqualification. Wyatt Six get the advantage of everybody after the match, but the Street Profits dives onto the tag teams, laying everyone out. I didn't really care for this at all. I want to see more with the Wyatt Six and less with them getting involved with the tag team division. I'm excited to see what's going to happen for the Wyatt Six. Jimmy Uso tells Jacob Fatu that he's got his back, and I don't believe Jimmy for a second. I don't know. I feel like something's going to happen between the two at Night of Champions. We then get the WWE Women's Championship last woman standing match. The champion Tiffany Stratton defending against Nia Jax. Nia Samoan drops Tiffany onto the announce desk. Nia then jumps off the apron with a flying splash as Tiffany Stratton through the table, and Tiffany looked like she broke her ribs with that. Nia hits an annihilator on top of a steel chair, but Tiffany's still able to get up, and she's able to powerbomb Nia Jax off the top rope. Naomi runs down to the ring, and Tiffany hits Naomi and Nia with the briefcase, and then hits a double greatest moonsault ever. Tiffany hits Nia Jax off the apron with a briefcase to the floor through two tables, and Tiffany Stratton is the last woman standing, overcoming all the odds. Good match. Nia Jax is definitely going to want to get some payback on Naomi for costing her this a little bit. Good match overall. Next, WWE Champion John Cena comes out. He says, Saudi Arabia, this is what a winner looks like. CM Punk is a loser. He's out of tricks because I'm a genius. That's when John Cena's Word Life music plays. We see Punk Life on the screen, and CM Punk comes out dressed up like John Cena circa 2003. CM Punk starts to rap. He says, "This clown plagiarized my pipe bomb. Now I steal Word Life. Remember when he used to rap? You're like Timu Macklemore with less rhythm. John Cena's buried more talent than Undertaker. He's lost all respect. I retire too if this place hired my ex." He says he gets good movie roles. You're like a fish belly Hogan, but more problematic. I'm your vessel because millions chant my name. For you, you can't wrestle. He works for DC, but no matter how hard you try, you'll always be the Marine. We all see you and we're looking at a washed up bum. Before you go, there's one more wish for you to make. You're gonna lose to Kendrick because, bitch, you're my Drake. So a cool promo here from CM Punk. I definitely think John Cena is still gonna retain the title here, but this is the last fight between these two longtime rivals. I'm excited for it. So Night of Champions takes place live in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. It's gonna take place on Peacock. Make sure you check it out. We will be available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and wherever you get your podcasts. Follow us on YouTube. Subscribe, like, hit the notification bell. Until next time, stay safe and stay uncensored.